You just get warmed up. Yeah, Jay. Hey, keep going. Keep going. I don't care how many shots you take. Come on.
But now look, Cantor knows offensive rebounding because he's one of the best, and that's how you get them.
And Tatum.
Either team is Kemba Walker with 10, very quietly.
Tatum getting his three-pointers up tonight. That one falls.
Thought about it, backs it off. Tatum nets a three. Tatum fakes it, takes it, makes it.
Another chant of "We want Frank." Well, Knicks fans like the players right now as Tatum nails the three-pointer, and the lead is ballooned.
Can they up that here?
Tatum against Hill. Step back three. Bingo! With Hill. Tatum with a hot hand.
Hayward gives it right back to Tatum. Looking to work on Randall. Fall away three. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Good rebound. Tatum on the offensive glass. Celtics get a few seconds back. They're at 10 on the shot clock, and Tatum drills a three.
Jeez.
6 seconds for Tatum to do something. Step back. Buries it. Looking for Tatum. Gets it in. Tatum takes it. Makes it!
Introduced himself to this Cavalier crowd during the preseason. As mentioned, 26 points as Tatum knocks down a baseline. Tatum, watched by Dellavedova, whirls to the paint. Pretty move.
Their opener against Chicago, but like we said, they've won 3 straight since. And Tatum, beautiful stroke. And it signed the big contract with all the pressure and
game number one. Game number one.
Nice three by Tatum.
Tatum ahead to Brown. Jayson Tatum out of Duke. The jumper is good by Tatum. He averages 20.
That's exactly how he likes him.
Aldridge coming back to the scorer's table is Tatum. 2 more.
Tatum steps a little closer. 1 for 1 now. Tatum gets the contacts and the back. Tatum takes it, makes it.
You won. He pointed to him, and Draymond Green called that offensive set.
Tatum for 3% from the field, 28% from 3, and some of them not even close. And he's a good shooter. Meanwhile, speaking of good shooters, Tatum make
tough shots.
Tatum looking for a spot, falling away. Nice soft touch for Tatum. He's got 17 first half. Slices inside, back out to Tatum. Tatum on the drive, puts up a 2-pointer, puts it in.
With 9 assists and 1 turnover, they're on a 14-4 run. Going back to the first quarter, Tatum angle pop is good. 5 on the clock. Tatum. And Tatum makes it 8.
In hopes that he does not reach and grab.
Yeah, that's one of the things that Monty Williams has really talked about is Tatum steps into the straight.
Tatum. Another sweet-looking jumper from.
He is such a smart defensive player, Mike.
Tatum finds some room, nails the three-pointer. Especially Gordon Hayward got all over him right away, and he has been just a great fit. Little zone defense out of the timeout for Tatum. Tatum drives George right there. Tatum gets a wide open look and knocks it down. 21 turnovers for the Clippers, 16 for the Celtics. Tatum finds some room. Jump shot is good.
Not behind the Lakers. And drawing the foul. 10 on the shot clock. Long range. Jumper on the wall is good.
Tatum answers with a fall away of his own.
Edwards come out for the first time. Gets it over to Tatum. Tatum on it. A nice soft touch there. 10 years. Kenny Atkinson, the latest head coach to rave about him. Tatum.
Tatum the screen.
digging at it. Tatum off balance. He cans it. Screen from Cantor. 5 seconds left. Tatum connects with 2 points by Tatum. Tatum. That's a three. He draws the assignment on Cantor, but now they switch. Jordan, deep one. Tatum. Oh, he's really fit to the other side, and Tatum. Shot clock's winding down. Tatum makes his move. Tatum will beat the buzzer and knock it down.
Tatum trying to draw a foul there on Dotson. That's a tough step back three, and he nails it. Tatum against Portis. Tatum. Fall away from the foul line. Boy, that is such a sweet shot. Barrett guarding. Portis on the switch. Tatum again fires away. Another three for Jayson.
Good shot by Smith. I like his shot selection. Shooting with confidence.
Tatum for three. And it's a 1-point game. They double team Grant Williams. Tatum now off the dribble. Step back jump shot is good.
Tatum. Step back three. Got it. On him. Keeps the dribble alive. Williams comes out, sets a screen. Tatum comes up shooting.
15-point lead right now if you're the Boston Celtics.
Who have the rookie Carson Edwards on the floor along with Robert Williams III. Jayson Tatum had miss. He's averaging a career high in rebounds so far this year with 7 a game. And he hits a three. Lark leaves it. 3 to shoot for Tatum. Step back, tough three. Shot by Jayson. Walker trying to get free. It's Tatum with 2. Tatum for 3. Jayson Tatum with his 3rd three of the game. He's gravity out of this building. Tatum for 3. Got it!
Tatum. Tatum. Easy to. Porter Jr. defending him. They get it to Tatum. He's going to take a 3 and stick it.
Everybody gets it over to Tatum. Right by Simmons on a step back 3.
Working behind the screen. One-legged mid-range is after going 0 for 2 in that second quarter. Tatum got a little bit of space and knocked down the mid-range.
The game, I didn't know. I can't tell you if he was sincere or if he was lying.
Just trying to hype him up?
Yeah.
Tatum with the 3, knocks it in. Jayson Tatum.
Tatum with the fake.
Little up fake.
3-point field goal, as we called it. Tatum pull up 3 himself, and he buries that. Tatum will take it, make it. Out to half court. Now backs off. Tatum step away 3.
Yeah, percentage shooting threes. 6 for 9.
8-point Charlotte lead. Tatum gets one of his own. Wanamaker gives it up. 7 on the shot clock. Back into Tatum's hands. Rozier trying to stay with him. Tatum for 2.
Working on a mismatch.
8 rebounds in the game for Tatum. The taco chants have started with 8:20 to go in the game. Tatum helps the cause. Defended by Graham, spins on him, leans in, takes a step, and gets 2.
Everything's going in.
13 rebounds in the game now for Cantor. Tatum a pull-up 3. Tatum a career. Thompson will defend this time. Tatum gets in a lane. Easy two. Cavs have missed 6 free throws already in this game as Tatum knocks down a 3. Tatum once again gets Nance. Step back 3. I tell you, it's like Tatum spins the opposite way for 2. I mean, Tatum will try again. Seriously, his kick.
Brad Wanamaker comes into the game for Boston. He replaces Kemba Walker. Tatum. He's been killing the Hornets. Tatum has Zeller on him. Three-pointer Jayson Tatum. Himself in that category. It's amazing how accurate James Borrego generally is. Jayson Tatum.
Now Tatum goes to work. Jumper good.
Some MVP votes.
Tatum, jumper pours it in.
Out of the mid-range jump shot.
Tatum, the step back 3 is good. Old Tatum nearly lost that. Gunn swats at it. Tatum fires and scores. Tatum back out, 3 to shoot, 2 to shoot. Tatum fires 1, hit. Oh my goodness.
Tatum, the 2.
Guesses that Grant Williams supposed to dribble handoff to Marcus Smart.
Tatum, that step away for 2. Tatum kept an eye on Ingram, pulls up and gets the easy 2. Tatum again. Tatum pulls up for a 3 and buries that one. Tatum a step back. 3.
His style, this is what he is. When he's on the floor, people are going to play faster.
Tatum again.
Jayson Tatum.
Tatum clears some space and hits another one. Oh, nice pass by Smart. Tatum, here we go again. Pull up 3, Tatum.
Boom. Wow, 37.
Gets it back to Tatum. Tatum, now covered by White, takes him into the paint, knocks down the turn.
You know, those Duke.
Tatum the step back.
It's very sad. Here's Tatum from the corner for 3.
Tatum, he'll take it. To Smart. Tatum for 3. Yes.
5-point Celtic lead. Tatum for 3. Yes.
So look for him to get out and run often.
Here's Tatum. Yes. He has the hot. Tatum fires. Yes. Halfway through the 3rd quarter. Tatum putting moves on Daniels.
Tatum continues on his merry way, takes a fall away, and nails it. Tatum a pull-up 3, gets the bounce. Ooh, that was just a good catch by Tice. Down to 3 seconds on the clock. Tatum knows it. Got it. Tatum over Crowder, buries it.
In the first half, he leads the Warriors with 12 points. Tatum with a rainbow 3.
His lower body to make sure that he ward off the offensive player and stay vertical.
Right. Still in the hearts and minds of people around the world. Here's Tatum, who worked out with him 2 years ago.
Where they're within 3 feet of the basket.
Tatum against Embiid, step back 3. Got it!
Jalen stumbles, but completes the pass. Now Tice sets up Tatum. And it's 5-0 Boston. Tatum. Rocks back and
small piece of it.
Tatum pulls up and hits a three. 67-64. Tatum steps back. Good again. Boy, he's got a nice, easy stroke, Nate.
Pop and put it on the floor, one dribble, and pull up and shoot the ball.
Tatum again. Good again. My goodness. Williams hustles back to get it. Now Tatum again. Collins, step back three. Good. Wow.
Sell.
Well, again, one of the feel-good stories in the NBA, the way he's come back from all the adversity he dealt with, is Tatum knocks down the former NBA player Leon Wood.
Back to the old days right now.
Tatum for three. Jayson Tatum, his second three. Tatum goes at Gordon, pulls back, top of the key jumper, got it! Tatum, step back three, bang! Jayson Tatum from down. Tatum, another three, bang! Jayson!
Trying to play the Hawks just a week ago. Usually there's a lot of Celtic fans in the building. There were, but there were a ton of Hawk fans. Celtics continue to light it up. Smart. Hawks are going to get the ball back here with about 7 seconds. Tatum for three.
For the rest of the Hawks without Trae Young, everybody's show.
Tatum banks it home. Tatum gets a screen, buries a three. Way to Tatum. 4 on the shot clock. Tatum's got to shoot it. He does. Got it! Under the gun!
Teams that are playing extremely well right now in the league. I'll tell you, can anybody stop the Raptors in the Eastern Conference as Tatum knocks down?
Averaging 27 points a game. Tatum chased on the switch by Zubac, shoots over it and knocks down a deep three.
But now they have 2 guys that can bring that extra level of competition.
Would have been a terrific matchup as
He'll come in and he'll get some stuff started, some energy built in the arena.
There's Tatum under pressure, gets it off and able to connect. 8 getting more and more playing time for Boston has just checked in. Here's Tatum for 3. What a start. As the clock runs down to conclude the third quarter, Tatum fires for 3. Yes! Here in the fourth quarter, minute 35 to go. Tatum on a fake. Yes!
It hit 3 o'clock Eastern, and when the clock hit 3, he ran out on the Celtics court and started screaming as the 3 ball drops for Tatum. Dropped to the floor and fun to watch. Only 3 shots thus far tonight for Beasley. Timberwolves no doubt would like to get him more involved. Game show. His father Justin played college ball at St. Louis, played overseas for a number of years. As Tatum hits it cold-blooded, baby. Yep.
Here early on, just 2 for 2 from the line.
Tatum in traffic. I don't know how he hit that.
Man, there was a nice rear view.
Danny Green, an excellent defender, trying to harass him. Tatum creates some space, nails a 3. Green again by Tice. Shoots over Davis, knocks another 3 down. Jayson Tatum from downtown. Tatum outside again. Jayson Tatum with his 4th 3. Drives away from the double team, banks it home.
As a free agent, signed with Boston in the summer. He'll come to screen, and Tatum is open for another 3. And knocks down another one. Defended off the ball by Nasir Little. Tatum fakes right, moves left, and banks in a 3. But the Holidays are available, and they've got Brogdon. That's a pretty good 3-guard rotation. Here's Tatum outside for 3. Got it. Wow.
I thought it was the right play when they would do it.
No doubt, man. He can score. Always has been able to score. Follow-away jumper. Tatum. Yep. Tatum will bring it outside, and a deep 3. Got it.
8 for 23 in the third.
Oh, my goodness. Jayson Tatum.
The fun matchup to watch with Mitchell on Tatum. And now Tatum floating along the baseline. What a beautiful. Tatum working against Niang. Pull-up jumper is good. Tatum coming here in the first 3 minutes of the quarter. Tatum goes behind the back. Step back three. Got it!
It doesn't matter right now when really good players have it going. It's not much you can do.
Tatum just as good on the other end. That race for 8th in the West. Here's Tatum, a 3-ball. Got it! His second triple. Tatum got the 3 over Bogdanovich. And
sent from the stripe this year. Westbrook playing arguably his best basketball since joining Houston. And there's the first. P.J. Tucker, one of the top defenders on this team.
See, this is it right now. See, it looks like a match.
Jayson Tatum, a step back 3. Covington on Tatum. Step back 3 on the way. Got it. He measured it.
During the month of February, averaged 31 points and 8 rebounds, made 49% of his shots. Here he goes again, and Tatum remains picked up by Larry Nance. He's playing some confident basketball right now as Tatum.
Look, if you can handle the ball and go where you want to go, you can play anywhere.
Tatum works on Sexton, launches, got it. Tatum now has to go to work, hands off to Waters, now gets it back. Tatum to the foul line, fade away. Tatum has slowed by Wade. Picked up by Nance. Stops. Launches. Got another. Well, the Celtics play 2 for 1 here. Let's see if Tatum hurries. Fires. Tatum now has 20. Cavs back within 2. Tatum is the high Celtic with 25. Tries to go up through.
Chases it down. 2 on the shot clock. Got to shoot it.
Got it! Smart, Tatum, the first-time All-Star, had a stretch of games where he averaged 30. In his second year out of Pittsburgh, 30 years old, played in Europe for 7 years, and now Tatum drains it.
I mean, it was contact. I'm not sure foul is the word I'd use.
Warren picked up his first third against the Pacers, and what a shot. But now Tatum has it back, sets his feet for 3, and hits another one. He's got 20.
I mean, they're letting them play on the inside.
Tatum backs up to use the canter screen. And that's just a big-time shot.
Guys making shots.
No question.
Tatum, there he goes. Finally, his game with Collins, Whiteside, Nurkic. That Cantor can have an impact as Jayson Tatum knocks down the shot.
Well, Cantor, he's shown where he's
Twin Towers.
Everybody did.
Tatum for 3. That's good. And that's going to make it. Tatum. Another 3. Jayson Tatum off the bench. Hayward. Tatum. Tatum finds room. Elbow jumper. That's good. What a difference for Jayson Tatum already. And we have 7 minutes remaining in the second. He's got 14% from the field. The Celtics 56%. We're just past the midway point of the second. Tatum again from downtown. Tatum shoots over Nurkic. Got it again. 19 for Jayson Tatum here in the first half. Walker throws it back. Shot clock down to 5. Tatum, pull up 3-pointer. Puts it in. Jayson Tatum.
Tatum. Jones is there. Shot clock at 5. Under a minute to go in the first quarter. 3. Good. And with the win, all but ties up that number 3 slot.
Tatum has to go to work on Olynyk.
Tatum 3. Good.
One brilliant game here in the NBA bubble. Misses that one. Jayson Tatum lights his first shot up and knocks it down. He handles it again. He was in foul trouble in the first half. Knocks down that. It's kind of a casual 3. Just
I don't know if there's just one because they're right there. They can play with anybody.
Tatum using a Williams screen, gets free, 3-pointer. That's good. Opportunity for players like Martin and Hall. Tatum's got the stroke going.
The 5-rebound advantage for the Boston Celtics over Toronto. Good screen. And the 16-footer by Tatum right down the chute for the... He hasn't even played, except, like I said, the 2 minutes down here. Shot clock at 3. Tatum. Wow, what a beautiful... Lost to Milwaukee by 7. They beat Portland by 4. Lost to Miami by 6. That's a 3 by Tatum outside.
I'm out aggressive, and he's done that.
Wanamaker sends it back out, and Tatum knocks down a 3. That's 11 and counting. They must have heard the report, Ed. They find Brown for a 3. Short. Rebound kept alive. Tatum steps back beyond the line. Buries it. Doesn't travel. Gets the ball back. Spins on Fultz. Open jumper. Buries it. Tie game. Tatum again. Pull up.
Got it. Go up and under against Valanciunas. Somehow, Brad Stevens has gotten offensive-minded players, as you see, Jayson. Big number for them. Fade away by Tatum is in. I don't know that this Celtics team almost average about 6 blocks a game. Tatum laces the triple. Numbers are down, and I don't know what the challenges are as Tatum hits the fadeaway. He is 20-point baskets. Tatum on a back down. His turn and gun is in, and Tatum. Tatum for 3. So long, you can't run away from him. And anytime. Tatum with a step back.
Contributing to the chemistry, which has been elusive to this group.
Jayson Tatum was looking for the foul. Stop. They're ranked 4th in defensive efficiency on the year. Pull-up 3 by Tatum. Got it. He's been doing much more of that.
And you're falling.
Tatum into the paint off the curl. Whistle, foul. Got it. Tatum with the stop dribble. Wow. Boy, he is on fire.
Master at that. And Daniel Tyson able to put it down. Offensive rebound corralled by Tatum. He's going to fire from the corner, and he picks up right. All-time postseason meeting between these two storied franchises. Incredible. No two teams have met more. That is Tatum from deep.
There's just nothing you can do.
2-0 lead in the series. No Gordon Hayward. Grade 3 sprain of his right ankle as Jayson Tatum. Just unbelievable, the dynamism in this kid's game.
Off the lane, and because Philly just throws it in and stands there, then they're forcing him into a lot of mid-range.
Incredible basketball that young man has in him. What a loss he's been for Philly as
Tatum. Tough step back, Butter. Jayson.
And other attributes allow him to guard on the perimeter.
Deep 3 from Tatum. Yes! Tatum. Another 3. Man, he's finding his way. His rhythm is there.
Boston shooting 58% here in the opening quarter. Tatum moving to his left. Gets it to drop in.
But again, Celtics have been forced to grind out those matchups on the post all year. They're accustomed to it, and now Tatum gets a jumper to go.
Shot the Time Lord, and where did that? I haven't heard that one.
So his rookie season, and I may not get everything as Tatum drops another one. His rookie season, Robert Williams.
The bubble to the Celtics.
Different level of intensity you're feeling right now from the Raptors. Force it tough too, but there's the guy.
Tice is an excellent screen setter, knows his role and plays it well. Sets up Tatum, who gets 10. Tatum as the defender on a set, great fake, and then the follow-away on the baseline drops it in for a second bucket. On both ends of the floor in this series. Sets a screen for Tatum, fires a 3, hit it!
Come on now, there was a time where that kind of pressure.
No good, off the heel. Rebounded though by Grant Williams. Tatum, he'll try it, and get it! And the Celtics lead.
Haven't helped themselves tonight.
Tatum with Van Vliet on him. He's going to fire up a 3. Oh, big hit for Jayson Tatum. Van Vliet, their 38 threes missed. But with the good looks, expecting better results. That's a tough shot.
Brown drives, adjusts, back out. Tatum fakes, pulls back, 3-pointer, puts it in. And the Celtics.
First 2 threes he's made in this series. 8-7 Boston just getting underway here in the first quarter, and Jayson Tatum hits it. Game. A stumble. Brown able to avoid the travel. Sidestep 3 on the way for Tatum, and he hits it. Jayson rebound. He's got 12 boards to go along with 19 points. And now Tatum fires the 3 and hits it.
With the rebound, this guy has really filled out all aspects of his game. The three-point ball, one of them, and the Celtics roaring out to an. Tatum working against Hero. That's a mismatch. The step back mid-range is pure. The Celtics up by 9 early.
Bam Adebayo's ability to switch onto a guard and get in a stance. Tice just did the same.
Sidestep 3. Tatum drills the 3. Tatum with a nice sidestep jumper. Olynyk on Tatum. Step back 3. Delivering. Jayson Tatum. Tatum with the mid-range jumper.
Oh, man.
Pure.
This guy's.
Kemba Walker stops back up top. Tatum, pull up, 2-pointer. Got it! As the shot clock. Another offensive rebound brings it back out. Finds Tatum. Tatum tries the 3. It's good. Jayson. Tatum against Iguodala. Step back, falling away. Got it. Jayson Tatum now with 8.
You are a great huckster.
And there's the first team for Bam Adebayo. Tatum. Sweet jumper. Tatum for 3. It's good. Jayson Tatum from way downtown. A 2-point Celtics.